enough to become Muslim. Like, no, I didn't. I studied enough to make the decision that this was a religion worth studying for the rest of my life. That's really what I felt like. This is a vast ocean. I love the beach. It looks great, but I know there's more to it. So that's what interested me. Really, that's why I felt like I had to take the Shahada, because it's just, you can only get so much with training wheels. You can only get so far with training wheels or little lifesavers. At some point, you're going to take them off. You're going to immerse yourself into it, and you're going to explore even further depths. And that's really what I felt like I had to do. I do remember one interesting thing that I'd like to point out, which was that during the time, I went to a restaurant in Orlando that has a mosque attached to it or next to it, and the adhan sounded for Maghrib, I think it was, or something like that. And there was a congregation, and these were all Ahl Sunnah. And I don't know under what madhab this one fellow fell onto, but I do remember him saying, just be careful with the Shias, they'll lead you astray. And that was enough for me to say, you know what, Tashayyud is the right path. Because going back to how I said, if there's not a single source, if you're with that single source of truth, with the Creator's truth, I feel like you have nothing to fear. It's like one of these boats. If you anchor them, you really don't have to be afraid of jumping into the water. You can swim all you want. You know that boat's not going to move. It's going to stay there. If your boat's solid. But if your boat's not well anchored, you're just going to swim but constantly be scared. Or you might not even jump into the water at all. You might just defend your position at all costs and say things like, be afraid of X, Y, or Z. It definitely was. I would say that would be, don't get me wrong, in Islam, I would say that definitely that was the turning point. I had kind of considered a little bit Ahl Sunnah, but that one event was to me like, wow, if you're afraid of somebody by their words, that's enough for me to say, you know what, there's something else in there. I believe that there was, right when, I honestly, I don't, it's all kind of a long, blurry memory for me, but at one point, I don't know if it was shortly before taking the Shahada or shortly after starting to attend this mosque,